Did you know that fishing in the early spring is going to give you the best chance of catching the best bass of your life? What's happening, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Red Oak Outdoors. My name is Aaron, and it is a beautiful day down here in southern New Mexico. We're once again here at Elephant Butte. I'm just getting off of work, literally just from like 15 miles down the road. Had everything in my truck, and we are going to be fishing today. I am so excited. It's a little breezy, which is going to be perfect for what we're going to be doing today. But today I'm going to be giving you guys some of my cheat codes for fishing one of my favorite baits of all time, and that is the jerk bait. I got this one tied on. This one is a custom paint job from Dead On Baits. Shout out to my homie Chris for hooking me up. He gave me a couple of them, so we're going to test those out. I haven't thrown them yet, but I am very excited to throw that thing. Jerkbait is one of my all-time confidence lures. If you guys have been watching the channel for any length of time, you guys know I have one of those things tied on all the stinking time, all the time. And the lake has come up. Let's see, we were just down here. We launched here at the during the tournament, and the water's come up probably like a good foot at least, maybe 2 feet. Pretty cool. There's a bunch of debris that's washed up on the bank too. But anyway, I'm going to be sharing some of my secrets, some of my tips and tricks for fishing a jerkbait today. We're going to throw some other stuff too, you know, just to not pigeonhole ourselves in case the bite changes a little bit. But I do want to start, you know, just sharing some of my secrets with you guys, help you guys catch more fish. I know something you guys have been asking for a while. And I know that, you know, the jerkbait is one of the hardest baits for some people to learn, but it's like once you get it down, I promise you guys, you'll catch more fish. You know, it's something I've been throwing for years, and it's something I love it. It's a personal favorite of mine. But anyway, we're gonna get the kayak in the water, and then I'll share some of my tips and tricks with you guys. So stay tuned, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys once we're out on the water. Guys, before I get ahead of myself, we're still getting the yak and stuff situated. I do want to make a couple practice casts and kind of show you guys what I'm going to be doing. When I'm fishing a jerkbait, I almost never, especially in the kayak, I never cast straight out in front of me. I always want to try to position myself where I'm retrieving at like a 45-degree angle. So like if say I want to parallel this bank here, I'm going to make a cast. And then I try to turn just a little bit because I want there to be that angle in our rod right there. That way, when we go to jerk it, we're pulling, you know, this way. It's a natural motion, whether I'm pulling this way or if we're, you know, coming this way, we can go this way, just like that. You can use two hands too. You don't have to use one hand like I'm doing. If you're just fishing straight ahead, you're not going to be able to get the desired action that you want. It's a little harder, especially if you don't have a real short rod. This one's like 6'6". And also having a nice short, stiff rod is going to help a lot too. See, we're just going to cast up there. Then we're going to turn a little bit, get that angle, that 45-degree angle. Then boom, boom. And you never want to, with a jerkbait, you can just cast and retrieve because it'll still give you, but it's not a crankbait. You're not going to get as many bites doing that, just chucking and winding. You want to jerk it and pause. You can switch up the cadence. My general cadence for warmer water is bump, bump, pause, bump, bump, pause, bump, bump, pause, or I'll go bump, bump, pause, bump, pause, bump, bump, pause, bump, pause. That's for warmer water. If it's colder water temps, I'll go with the standard is bump, pause, bump, pause, bump, pause, bump, bump, bump. You know, like there's something really simple. You know what I mean? You can listen to some music and just kind of match the beat of the song that you're listening to. That's how I learned. Oh, this one has a nice slow rise. It's similar to the Vision 110. So now, this one has a nice action. Good job, Chris. I don't know how deep these fish are going to be. But if they are chasing bait, this thing is gonna get bit. Another thing that you're gonna need to think about too when you're fishing a jerkbait, although it has this bill is solely for the action of the bait. It's not like a crankbait where it's designed to be banged up against rocks and everything. This bill, when you're fishing these bills along rocks like this, if you're banging up against the rocks, it'll break those bills off. They're not designed the same way. So this is something to think about as you're fishing. If you're starting to get these things hung up in the rocks, I would change the jerkbait, maybe something that runs a little bit shallower, or find one that floats. Like these ones here, they float, so you can fish these ones shallower. Deep diving crankbaits or suspending jerkbaits, they will get hung up in rocks if you fish them too deep or too shallow. You know what I'm saying. I know you're tracking, but just something to think about as you're fishing your jerkbaits. And then as I think of more stuff as we're fishing, I'll kind of, as we continue to fish, I'll fill you guys in on some more tips and tricks. But just to give you guys a general idea of like how to retrieve them, that's pretty much it. And then once we get out on the water, I'll show you guys some things to look for as you're fishing. To spot number one, there's this point here. It's right off of this main channel, and the wind has been blowing pretty steadily today from the southeast, and so the wind is just blowing everything up along this bank. So we're gonna fish this. We're gonna start at this point. I think we'll hit this point good, and then we'll kind of make our way down. Under the water here, I know there's a bunch of big boulders, lots of structure and stuff for us to fish. You know, a lot of places for these fish to hide and get out of the sun. Those are the types of areas that you guys want to look for. There's no trees on this lake, but people have come down here and like sunken Christmas trees and stuff. We're just gonna work this point. There's a fish on. He's not big. Stay down. Stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down. Don't. We've got a fish on. I don't know what he is. I forgot my net. He's a decent largemouth, I think. My net is back in the truck. Boat flip him. Nice. See? He got all the hooks in him too. Boom. On the jerk bait from Dead On Baits. Shout out to our buddy Chris for making a beautiful lure that this bass could not resist. That was perfect. Perfect. And our first spot too. I regret not grabbing my net, but you know what? I was in a little bit of a hurry. That's a fish. We got one. That's a nice one. Nice largie. No, that's not a largemouth, that's a smallmouth. That's a nice smallie. Let's go. Oh yeah. We got him. Let's go, dude. Shout out to Dead on Baits with this amazing jerkbait. We're getting into them today, guys. Oh, come on. Hooks on this thing are good, too. Yeah, I've got my pliers in my pocket. But which pocket? There we go. Boom. Beautiful smallmouth. This thing is right about 2 pounds. Nice long fish. Thank you for the fight, buddy. He's ready to go. Boom, the jerk bait. So just like before, I'm finding these points. This point has a little bit of brush, and these fish are going to be hanging out anywhere where they can just get out of the sun. You know, fish don't have eyelids. And now, this time of year, they're pushing up shallow, like I said, getting ready for the spawn, making their beds and laying their eggs. So now we're just kind of finding these areas where they're gonna start spawning. I think we're still a little ways out on this end of the lake. I believe that they're already spawning on some parts of this lake. It's a really big lake. There is a lot of coves that are already up in the 50s. Down here, the water's still a little bit chilly. I just cast that thing off. No, no. I really hope this jerkbait still floats. We got our other custom color. Now if you guys watched the last episode, you'll see that color on there. Go watch the last episode and you'll know exactly why. When Chris showed me this lure, I was like, ooh, that's the one. I need it. But you guys are going to have to go watch that last episode to see why. But this thing right here, it should do really good. Should do really good. Black and purple. Can't beat it. It's going to get these fish's attention. Tell you what, boy. Alright guys, we are back in action fishing around this hazard buoy. But I will say, another tip for you guys when you're fishing with a jerkbait, I like to use lighter line. This is 12-pound line. I'll go between, it depends, between 8 to 12 pounds. I don't go more than 12 because I found that the stronger the line or the thicker the line, it'll start to impede the action of the jerkbait. And you don't want that. Also with lighter line too, you can also bomb cast out there and cover more water. This particular reel, it holds like 70 yards, so it's not a high capacity reel. But it handles lighter lures and everything really, really well. This is my favorite reel for fishing jerkbaits and stuff. The SLX MGL from Shimano. It's nice and small too. You can fish with one hand. Get these fish paired. Let's go up a little. Is that a fish? Or am I snagged? That feels like a snag. Feels like a branch. Could you let go? Please, I don't want to lose another jerkbait. I don't. Oh, it's a big old stick. Oh, please let go. And we got the whole branch out, I think. We got the whole stinking tree. Let's go. And we're beached. Go in reverse, Terry. Ugh. Terry, what is you doing? Come on. Oh no, Terry. I haven't settled on a name for our kayak yet either. In the last episode, you guys definitely suggested some really good names. There's like the Bass Crusher, the Smalley Smasher. That's a fish. We had a fish on, he got off. He came back for it. There we go. Come on, where are you at? Come on up, buddy. I think it's another smallie. That's another nice smallmouth. That's another nice smallmouth. Yes! Oh, wow, guys. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful smallmouth. This is our biggest one so far. Boom. And they're just, look how thick these smallmouth are, guys. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous fish. Man, thank you, buddy. So aggressive. So aggressive. I was just saying the Smalley Smasher was one of the names that was recommended. And so far, I'm really feeling that name today, guys. I haven't settled on anything just yet. You know, I have a couple other ideas too, but I'm gonna save them for another day that I'm kind of leaning towards, but I do want a few more suggestions from you guys. All right, folks, I think our adventure is coming to a close. I'm gonna fish for a bit longer, but I know the sun's going down, the light's gonna get really bad, and the GoPro's not gonna pick up much once it gets too dark. But thank you guys for watching the video. I do want to summarize everything real quick. When you're working a jerkbait, when you cast, you don't want to work it directly in front of you. You kind of want to work it at an angle. That way, when you're working it, you can pop it just like this. Then when they hit it, you have some leverage. You can just kind of keep tension on them and work them from there. Make sure when you're working it, you pause for a second. Give them the opportunity, give the fish the opportunity to strike that lure. You know what I mean? These things, a lot of people only fish a jerkbait in cold water, but that works well in hot water too. And the really cool thing is, the hotter the water, the faster you can work these things, and you don't really have to worry too much. Like right now, the water's starting to heat up, so I'm not chucking and winding. I'm working it a little bit faster than a lot of people. A lot of people will just go wham, wham, wham. And it's just kind of slow. No, gentle pops. It's all in the wrist. I smashed my finger today and my band-aid's coming off right now. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, there's not much to it. Especially like if the fish are fired up and they're chasing bait, it's such a great bait it stands out. It gets reaction bites really, really well. The bite kind of slowed down this last probably 30 minutes or so, but it's one of my favorite lures, and I firmly believe that if you guys can get this bait down, you will catch more fish. Every time I fish a jerkbait in other bodies of water, I mean, Elephant Butte is hard to fish and it does really well for me here, but when I take it to ponds or other lakes and stuff, it crushes. It does so good, especially like middle of summer. It's golden. So yeah. And you can also watch some of my other videos and try to get a better idea too, and see if you can incorporate some of these little tips and tricks for yourself. And yeah, that'd be cool. So huge shout out to Dead On Baits for giving me this awesome jerk bait, and then the other one that I lost over there a little while ago. Go check out their website. It's going to be linked down in the description. They have all kinds of really cool stuff. Custom painted hard baits, custom colors for soft plastics, anything and everything that you could imagine, they got it. And if they don't have it on their website, get in touch with them and they can make it for you. So definitely check them out. They're not paying me or anything, but they're good friends of mine, and they hook me up with all kinds of stuff. So huge shout out to them. And let's see. What else is there? Yeah, also let me know some more names that you guys can think of for the kayak, and also other baits that you guys want to see me do some tips and trick videos. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to articulate it right now. I'm cold. But if there's any other baits that you guys want my input on, you guys want to learn how to fish, let me know down in the comment section. And I will do my best to get those kinds of videos out to you guys. I know there's a lot of folks that are looking to fish more this year and trying new lures and new styles and techniques of fishing. There's a lot that I don't know, but everything that I do know, I am more than happy to share with you guys. So with that said, I'm gonna sign off, maybe hit a couple more of these points before I get back to the truck. But anyway, I love you guys, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode. I got a fish on, guys. This is a good fish. I think it's a fish. I don't think I might be snagged. What the heck? Did I foul hook a carp? I foul hooked the stinking carp. That is a big old carp. Oh dang. Listen, buddy. Alrighty. Well, I'm actually gonna keep this guy. I want to do some catfishing here soon. Very, very soon. Giant carp. We got ourselves some bait for our catfish. Let's go. Dude, I thought I was snagged. Well, I mean, technically I was kind of snagged, but... Oh man, it's cold. I need to get off the water. Let's get off the water, guys. I'm done. I'm freezing.